Coming up on the WAC podcast, 10 WAC players were selected in this year's MLB Draft. Plus, the United Athletic Conference held its media day in Nashville, and one WAC school was picked to win the league. Plus, we catch up with WAC SAAC President Alexis. We'll talk about her vision for the coming year and more coming up next. Hello, everyone, and welcome in to the WAC podcast. I'm your host, Kendra Sheehan, and it was quite the week for WAC Baseball as we had 10 players that were selected in the 2025 MLB Draft that was held July 13th and 14th in Atlanta. 5 primary pitchers were among the selected, 3 infielders and 2 outfielders rounded out the positions of those drafted. So let's get into who got drafted and where they went. Dominic Reed, the right-handed pitcher from Abilene Christian, was the highest draft pick, going in the 3rd round, pick number 90 to the Chicago Cubs. So in his lone season with the Wildcats, he anchored the pitching staff as the Friday night starter and is the 2nd highest draft pick from Abilene Christian in program history. The last draft pick that came that high was all the way back in 1969. In the 6th round, Grant Richardson from Grand Canyon, the lefty pitcher, was selected by the A's. The former Utah Valley shortstop Daniel Dickinson was also selected in the 6th round by the Milwaukee Brewers. The 8th round featured Emilio Barreras, the shortstop from Grand Canyon, heading to the Miami Marlins. And last year's WAC Player of the Year, Nick Dumanel from California Baptist, was selected by the Detroit Tigers. In the 10th round, right-handed pitcher Isaac Lyon from GCU was selected by the Seattle Mariners. In the 12th round, righty pitcher Carson Latimer had his name called by the Cincinnati Reds. In the 14th, Josh Wakefield, the outfielder from Grand Canyon, was picked up by the Houston Astros. First baseman J.P. Smith from Sacramento State was sent to the Minnesota Twins organization. And Cade Brown, the righty for the Hornets, was picked up by the A's. So a ton of success in this year's draft. We wish the best to those drafted. 9 organizations, 10 players, a fantastic year for WAC Baseball. Several other players were also picked up as undrafted free agents as well. Moving on to football. It's nearly time for kickoff. Cannot believe how fast the offseason went. 37 days until week 0. And the United Athletic Conference held its media day in Nashville at BetMGM Sports Lounge inside Bridgestone Arena, which is home to the NHL team, the Nashville Predators. The past 2 years, it was held at Texas Live in Arlington, so a new location. We rocked out on Broadway Tuesday and Wednesday. It started with a photo shoot Tuesday night at Vanderbilt Stadium. That's where the FCS National Championship game will be played in January 2026. Then on Wednesday, we had our full show previewing all 9 UAC schools, 4 schools of those compete in the WAC. You can catch that full show if you missed it on the ESPN app under replays. First up on the show at Media Day was releasing the preseason coaches poll, and the team picked to win the league this year was Tarleton State. In their first year playoff eligible, the Texans put together a 10-win season and a 2nd round FCS playoff appearance. They returned QB1 going into his 3rd year in Victor Gabales, who threw for nearly 2,900 yards, 23 touchdowns, which earned him the preseason Offensive Player of the Year award as well. Coming in 2nd was Abilene Christian, the reigning UAC champs, who also made it to the 2nd round of the FCS playoffs last year. On their team, they have the preseason Defensive Player of the Year in Will Schaefer, a grad student who was one of 35 finalists for the Buck Buchanan Award, which goes to the best defensive player in FCS. He had 123 tackles last year. That was good for 1st in the UAC. Southern Utah was selected 4th in the coaching poll. The Thunderbirds coming off their best season since 2017. They posted a 6-2 record in conference play. Utah Tech then rounded out that poll. Now, Tarleton State will play in Week 0 at Portland State on August 23rd. You can check out the full slate, the schedule of games for this year on the website uacfootball.com. The host sites for the 2025-26 WAC Championships have been announced. You can check out our website and our WAC Sports Social to see where all the big events will be held in the upcoming year. Coming up next, I sit down with WAC Student Athlete Advisory Committee President Alexis Bull. You don't want to miss our conversation. Stay with us.
Blank. Bree Ford wins it, and UTA Arlington are the champions!
Welcome back to the WAC Podcast. I'm Kendra Sheehan, and today we have a very special guest joining us in studio. It's Alexis Bull, the WAC SAAC President, and you were just here. We had our in-person SAAC meetings, which we have every year in Arlington, where the WAC headquarters are at. So a lot of fun. You guys did some community service. You went to Topgolf. Can you explain a little bit about what made that 3 days so impactful?
It was so exciting. I loved it so much. Meeting everyone, working together, meeting all you guys behind the scenes is really cool, and the community service is huge. Like I really enjoy it myself, and I know like our UTA campus loves that as well. So it was really great to kind of get a fresh start for the year, get to know everyone before we get to work.
Yeah, and the community service was done at Restore, a Habitat for Humanity. They have donated and used home goods, and they are able to sell them at discounted prices to those in the community. And of course, UT Arlington right here, so you're helping your own community, and another chance for maybe volleyball or other sports to get involved there as well.
Yeah, it was cool, and of course it's close, and I'm like, oh, maybe we should go back again. So it's definitely something easy, and it was good for us athletes to do it. We moved quite a bit of things, and it was more physical than what I anticipated, but like we're built for that, so I think it was a great little idea.
And I mean, usually you guys are competing against each other, and here you got an opportunity to work together. You were moving mirrors, couches, everything was falling into place, but an opportunity for a lot of sportsmanship too.
Oh yeah, it's fun to get to know the people that we compete against, and especially like we'll go to games and be like, oh hey Emma, like what's up, and then the game starts and I'm like, I don't know her, like she's not my friend right now, but like it's really exciting to get to know everyone, and it's kind of weird at first, but then like everyone, like y'all are all in the same boat. We're all trying to, help grow SAAC and help grow our community. So it's really interesting to see us I really love the people I meet, and I become really good friends with them. I still talk to the ones from last year, and I know it's going to keep happening moving forward. So.
Game face on though, if you see them. I love that.
Very serious.
And you're taking over the role of president this year, following up from Anthony Egbo Jr. He was an Abilene Christian football player last year. What are you looking forward to most taking on this leadership role and running the WAC Student Athlete Advisory Committee?
It's so exciting. I crave getting these things, and it's something that I'm really looking forward to. Tomorrow I do my first little thing with NCAA, so I'm excited to keep that going, and hopefully that it gives me as much as I pour into it, and I'm really excited to make connections and create friendships with the other athletes across the country, and it's really exciting, and I love helping people, and I want people to look up to me, so something I really love.
And obviously there's so much going on right now with the college landscape. The House settlement just came down, so what that means for every individual sport, every individual athlete, NIL. There's so many things, and it's so important to have a voice. Is that the main part of why you joined SAAC, is to be able to have a voice in those rooms, or is there anything specific that you wanted to bring attention to, and now you have a position to be able to do that?
Yeah, so the House settlement, it's still crazy, and it's so new, and everything's changing. But I think it'll be interesting going into it, like a fresh start for me, a fresh start for the whole country. Like everyone has a new thing going on, everything is changing, and I think that's an exciting time for me to step into my role. And going forward, like it's still going to change a lot, and it's just going to continue to change. So I'm excited to be at the front of that and see all of that and be able to be the voice in between my athletes, the WAC athletes, and the NCAA. So I'm really excited to be transparent on both sides. And then really the House settlement, at first I was like, what is that? I don't know what's going on. Like a lot of athletes don't know what it is. So it's really exciting for me to help bridge that gap and kind of inform everyone and what they want to do. But for me, SAAC, like it's something to get my mind off of a stressful school volleyball. And SAAC, it's fun. Like the feeling of of me accomplishing something, the feeling of me gaining these people I have on my back, and I just crave that feeling of like being a leader, and it's really amazing.
And I love when you spoke about, your journey and how you became in this leadership role. You were talking about Anthony Egbo Jr. last year and how you were constantly in communication. How did you get here? And so how has your leadership style evolved to be in a position where people do trust you and they put you in that role that they know that you have their best interests because you represent what they want?
Yeah, right. So the connections with people is huge for me. I want to be everyone's friend. I want to be I want to be the person that they go to and they need questions. Like the feeling of them comfort, like with me, the feeling of like I'm feeling like home for my teammates or my friends at UTA, everyone at the WAC, like the feeling of people coming to me for help. Like I love that feeling. And Anthony was amazing. We kept in touch like last year at the WAC SAAC meeting, like I joined SAAC like 2 weeks prior to that, and I was like, oh, I'm going to this? I don't know what this is. Like, I'm a little nervous. I don't know anyone. But then I get here, and I have the best 4 days of my life, and I'm like, this is so exciting. Like, this is what it's all about. And Anthony has been great. He was there, and I was like, all the whole time, I was just looking at Anthony kind of in awe. I was like, I want to be in his shoes next year. I was like, luckily, you're done. You know eligibility left. I'm coming in. Like Anthony, how did you just, everyone, we're all hanging out, and we're at dinner, and I'm like, so, how did you get this role? And everyone's like, what? And I'm like, and he starts talking about it, and everyone's like staring at me, and I'm like, tell me more, Anthony. Like, how did you get here? Like, I want to get there. And of course, everyone's like ways of getting places are differently, but Anthony has been there for everything. I have 100 questions, and the house settlement's so confusing. Like, I feel like I know the most out of like my school, so I couldn't imagine, and I'm still confused, so I couldn't imagine the people like behind me that like really don't know what's going on. So Anthony's been great and really transparent, and really he wants this for me as much as I want it. So like he's great, and he's a good mentor to have for me.
Yeah, I mean, the house settlement is crazy when you look at it. No one really, I think, knows how it's going to happen or how it's going to unfold until it really does this year. So certainly a lot on your plate. And, of course, you're a student athlete. You're on the UT Arlington volleyball team. This is the team that won the WAC tournament last year, the WAC championship, went to the NCAA tournament. So you're looking to have another year. Unfortunately, you were injured last year, but take me through what that was like to experience something that you guys believed you could do for years, and finally it came down to the last few points, but you guys got it done.
Oh my gosh, it was crazy. It was, long story short, dream come true. Like, it was like a movie. Like, you couldn't have expected a championship to go any better than how it was. And honestly, like, our whole thought process through the whole summer last year, the whole fall, the whole preseason, like everything, every single week in our locker room, believe. That was our theme. Like the year before, we had a good year. We had a bunch of returners, luckily with, COVID. Good thing COVID. But it was so amazing, and season was great. I got hurt in preseason, but I didn't feel left out. And I tried to do my best to help my teammates because I'm not going to hold them back, even though I can't physically be on the court with them. But during practice, I would do what I can and help and do what's right for my teammates and be there for them. And I know it was a really, really great year. And we had a bunch of new people as well, so it was cool. I was already there for a year, so I kind of helped the new girls. And the championship was crazy. It was, you were there. It was like, we beat them twice already, so we were like, oh yeah, like, this is it, guys. Like, just because we beat them twice doesn't mean anything. Like, we very well knew that, but of course, GCU won last year, so they wanted it just as much as we wanted it, and they wanted to upset us more than we wanted to upset them. Like, we had a whole season behind our back. They could, do whatever, and it was point, and it's worse to watch. It's very hard to watch, and as a kid, I really didn't even like going to watch volleyball. I was like, no, Dad, like, it's hard to watch. Like, I want to be out there. Like, watching it's kind of, and then when it's stressful, like, I'm in the stands, like, or I'm sitting on the sideline when I was hurt, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm like this. Like, I'm like covering my eyes. We're over there, like, the bench, like, we're in a circle, like, guys, it's okay. Like, we got it. Like, I think we got it. And then, like, they have game point, and then we're like, we have no challenges left. They have one challenge left. And we're, like, down by what? It was like a 14-11, and I'm like, oh, gosh, they need 1 point. And oh gosh. Like, I don't know what was happening. And our coaches were like, okay, like, next point. And I'm like, and like, we literally got in the huddle and JT was like, smiling breath. So we're all like, terrified. Like, but I think we did a really good job under pressure, and we had a few seniors and a few girls on the team that stepped up, put the ball away when we needed to, and it was huge. And luckily, the ref called that last ball in our favor, because we had no challenges left, and the ball was definitely out. And they were like, no, it was in. And then we were like, no. And then everyone, it's like quiet, and they're replaying it on the screen, and everyone's like, no, it was out. And like, the atmosphere is awesome. The city really, I think, like, we did a really good job helping the city come together. And it was definitely a huge year for us. And I think it's definitely a good start to new head coach.
Yeah, I mean, of course, the championship held at UT Arlington, so on your home floor, you guys went perfect in conference play, #1 seed, so the pressure was on. And then head coach JT Wenger, just on the sideline, he never gets too high, never gets too cool. Just talking to him throughout it, he just remains even keel. It's hard to even tell, like, are you happy? And then, of course,
yes,
he erupted when you guys won and the celebration, and that was obviously really cool.
And sometimes, like, mid-season, like, Utah Valley got close to upsetting us for sure, and like a sweep. And we were in the huddle, and, you know, some of us are sitting, and like the girls that are in are sitting, and we're standing, and there's the game where it's like 1 marshmallow, 2 marshmallow, check it out, woo! And like you say 1 marshmallow, and then you do 1, check it out, 1, woo! And then you like try and keep, and then you go 2 marshmallow, 2 marshmallow, and you say everything twice. And so we're literally in a circle. He goes, 1 marshmallow, and like he's very monotone, and we were all like, what? And so like he's doing everything he could to get like weight off our shoulders and be like, we have to believe it. It's a game at the end of the day, but I mean, like, it helps us, you know, be ourselves, and like we do everything we can to win. So yeah, he was great. I mean, he was a little goofball, but you know, ready for a new chapter.
And I think it says a lot about you. I mean, you were injured in the preseason, and you could have been like, hey, this is a wash for me. I'm just going to focus on next year. But you were really involved. You were able to coach from the sidelines. And what else were some of the other takeaways just from having that vision of maybe seeing placement or other blocks that maybe you weren't seeing because you were so focused on actually being on the floor?
Right. You see the game a whole different way. And, like, sometimes, of course, like, coaches will get on to us about a few things, and, like, sitting there watching and really paying attention to like everything both sides are doing, it's completely different. It does not compare to you being there like it at all. And even like when I was playing and I was like off for a few points, I'm really like, I'm trying to like chill, like get relaxed. Like I'm not really worried about the game. Like, yeah, I'm like, oh yes, we got that point. But I'm not like, why did defense do that? Why did the middle do that? Like, why did the other team do that little tiny thing? Like, or I'm like, or I'll see something that the other team's doing, and I'm like, why didn't we get that? Like, you could clearly see she was about to tip the ball. Like, why? I'm like, oh my gosh, like I realized like our coaches see everything. And I'm like, okay, like I really understand it now. So like seeing the game, like I think my IQ has grown enormously, and like it's really exciting for me going into this year. Like I think I've gotten smarter with the ball and through the spring, and seeing like things coaches say to people, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so right. Like I would have never noticed that. Or it's been huge, and you know, being a good teammate was the biggest thing. And of course, I mean, I like to say that's who I am, and that's who I want all my teammates to be. And it's a really big deal to have a successful team. So I was doing everything I could, not physically, because I'd be in practice and I was just running up the stairs. I was like, I need to get my cardio. And my finger was like had pins in it, so like heart rate couldn't get too high, or else they would like start hurting. And I was like, walking up the stairs, like, and I was like watching practice, and I was like, yeah, Paige. But it was great. It was still good. I mean, I was there about half. I mean, I got hurt right before conference, so I didn't feel left out, and I was only 1 game shy of not getting the red shirt. So technically, that year like would have been, you know, fine, and wouldn't have caused a whole extra year. But now I have a red shirt available if I need it.
And now, you know, a whole new year. You guys are chasing the same goal. Let's go back to the NCAA tournament. So you're fully healed. You're able to practice. Yep. Are you at 100% with your hand?
Yes, 100%. I got cleared the day before the NCAA match.
Okay.
So.
And unfortunately, you couldn't play because you burned the ear.
Exactly. I was like, can you throw me in, please? Because
there's some formula we can use.
I know. We called our athletic department. We're like, can I Alex play? Like, is there any way we can play? Like, will she still be, like, will this game count towards the percentage? But it just definitely wouldn't work out. But, you know, it was worth a try.
Now, yeah, I mean, you got to put everything on the line, right? I totally get it.
We could have won that game. Not because of me, but, like, that game was winnable for sure. But, I mean, we accomplished so much, so there's no reason to complain. Very grateful.
And you look at early looks. I know you just came from practice, so summer workouts are in full swing. What can we expect from this year? I know you graduated a lot of people from last year, but of course, new talent always comes in ready to make an impact right away.
It'll be interesting for sure. Our spring was amazing. We had a really good spring. We've changed a lot as a team and, of course, as a staff, but like we're really excited for the season ahead. And I think Believe is still our mojo. And I think, yeah, we lost a lot of people, but we also have almost 10 returners, and that's good for a volleyball squad. And we're interested to see how the new girls come. We have quite a few new girls. We're like about half and half, and I'm really interested to see all of our new people mesh with us, and already met and hung out with a few of them. So we're super excited for that, to get our new friends in the gym. And this year, like, same mentality. We really want it, and we think that we're working very hard to earn it, and we know it's not going to be easy. We have some schools in the conference that didn't lose anyone. We have some schools in the conference that gained a really good freshman. Like, there's really no way to know or no way to tell, like, what the season has, like, in front of us. Like, if you would have asked me the same time last year, like, I wouldn't have been like, oh, yeah, winning conference. Like, I would have never said that. And even if I really felt strongly about that, like, there's no guarantee. So, like, we know we have to work for it. And we're really excited for our new girls and to have some new things going on. So we definitely want the same outcome. It's never perfect, but we're going to try and make it happen the best we can.
Fingers crossed, no injuries this year. And so summer workouts are interesting. You're allowed to do certain things. So what is the schedule now? And then when do you get to fully transition into, 6-on-6, full court volleyball?
Oh, yeah. So right now it's voluntary. You know how that goes in college athletics. So right now it's voluntary. We just had our camp, so we got to coach camps was optional for us. So we got to help out kids and really like meet with them and hang out with them for 2 weeks, really, and with every single day for 2 weeks, which was really a lot on us. But I don't know how they do it for 2 weeks. I'm like, guys, like, y'all are here for 6 hours every day, like. And they're like playing during lunch. I'm like, yeah, and we're all like, oh my gosh, please let me sit.
You're so young.
I know, exactly. So we were working camp last 2 weeks, and we could started working out in June. That is optional right now, but we have quite a few girls here. Most of our returners are here and in and out. Some people are still going on vacation. So right now it's slower. Some girls are in classes for summer session 1. Summer session 2, everyone will be in a class, mostly all in-person classes. So we'll have workout 4 days a week in July when everyone's here. Physicals will happen at the beginning of July, things like that. And then we'll have workout and then go to class. And then some of us like to tan, some of us, some of us will go home, some of us live close, some of us don't live so close. So we hang out a lot in the summer, and then August 6th, we'll have some meetings going, individual team meetings, I'm sure, compliance things. Still no school yet. And then August 7th, we start with coaches. And that's the first day we can start. And we'll have 2-a-days for about 2 weeks-ish. And then we'll, get started in school and then have once-a-day practice. Lift 3 days a week usually. Practice every day except one day. Hopefully, maybe it's Sunday this year. We don't know how that'll roll, but I know that Mondays will be about us for sure, all fall, and Mondays are the days that we reflect on how our weekend was, or like as a volleyball team, and like where we're at for this week, our plans for this week. Like, we have to keep ourselves in check before we can worry about our opponent. So like that's going to be huge for us this year and interesting. So we're super excited. It's going to come really fast.
I know.
And it's going to be done fast too. So
the season will be here before you know it, and it'll be over before we know it. And you seem to have a pretty busy schedule, especially student athlete, working with volleyball. How do you find time to sprinkle in the SAAC and being in this leadership role? How have you developed that time management skill?
At first I was like, oh my gosh. Like, but like, I mean, like, you hear a bunch of stories, like, being a college athlete, it's difficult. Like, there's so much time. And, like, You have to find time for yourself, and there's time for that. Every institution is different, but there's rules and on things that how long we can practice, how many days we can practice that are in place for our benefit. So, luckily, we have a consistent schedule, so every day's not different. So that makes it easy to plan my day, to plan classes, and classes are hard too. Some classes are only offered during my practice time slot, and I'm like, or a lot of our girls that's been an issue. And of course we don't want that. We don't want to have one person not there, out of our team, because it's not the same as having a full squad. So it's definitely gonna be interesting. But finding time for myself is huge. And I love Legos. That's my hobby. And I'm like, oh, I'm feeling stressed. I'm going to Target. I'm going to get some Legos. That's my thing. Or FaceTime my parents a lot. My family's in Houston, not too far, so we get to go hang out sometimes, and my parents are always like, you need to come home. But in the fall, they're at every game. Luckily, I see them quite often in the fall. But so I'm when December rolls around, we're out of school around the 10th, I'm like, Mom, I'm not itching to come home. I saw you last week. I saw you here in Arlington. And I have a kitten, so I got her a little less than a year ago, so she's really is emotional support. She really is. At first, I don't want to pay the extra apartment fee.
Right.
But, she kind of is emotional support. I have a bad day, and I'm like, honey. And, I love dogs, but, you can't have a dog and be a college athlete. It's hard.
That's true.
What am I going to do, when we're gone for 3 days? So, SAAC, I enjoy it. So I'm sure that, helps me, create time for it. And it takes my mind off volleyball, like I said, and it's something that, it's a stressful life, but it's very rewarding for sure. So
you look at Legos. Legos seem to have taken over. I see so many different things you can create. I recently bought a Star Wars one, the Millennium Falcon, for my boyfriend as a gift, and it's so funny to see, putting all the pieces. That's what we did when we were kids, and now they've made them so massive. They're
expensive.
They are expensive. It is crazy how expensive they are.
Oh my God. I know, I think there's more adults doing Legos, my age and older, than there is, little kids. I don't see no kids could build the Millennium Falcon. I get confused. I'm like, oh my gosh, why do I have all these extra pieces? I need to go back. I missed a step. And I'm, confused sometimes, and I'm like, so what side does it actually go on? Because it's, symmetrical. I don't understand. I'm confused, and I could not imagine a child doing Legos. And they're so expensive. But Harry Potter's my new kick, so I just watched it for the first time, so that's what I'm working on, all the Harry Potter Legos. I actually just did a Harry Potter Lego. I went to Florida in the early summer with my mom and my siblings, and we went to, Harry Potter stuff at Universal, did all the rides. Hagrid's is my favorite. And we were at the giant Lego store in Disney Springs, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the time I need to buy a Lego. But I'm like, how am I going to fit it? I don't want to get a $20 Lego. I'm like, that's boring.
You're going to go all
exactly.
in, right?
And I was like, I only brought a little bit of spending money. Here we go. And I buy it, and the box doesn't even fit in any of our suitcases. So we had to take it out of the box and put all the bags in the suitcase. And then I get home, I build it, it takes me 3 days, 4 days. I get home 2 weekends later, and right before I walk in the house, my dad's like, hey, before you walk in the house, I need to tell you I broke your Lego. And I'm speechless. I'm $250 down the drain.
No.
And I'm I don't keep some people keep the books. I don't keep the books. So they have an app, so sometimes I'll go on there to make it, easier. And I'm like, are you serious? He's like, haha, I'm sorry. And I'm like, it's not funny. And I walk in there, and my Lego is in half. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Dad, how does this happen? He's like, it was an accident. I'm like, you owe me. This is the only Lego set I bought by myself. I'm like, Dad, you owe me.
You just knock it over on accident?
Yes, he did. He was moving furniture, and he didn't move the stuff on top of the furniture. And I'm like, Dad, I can't trust him.
Can't trust him.
You owe me 4 Legos.
4 Legos. And maybe a win this year, and you should have unlimited access to however many Legos you want.
Lego gift card, please.
Lego gift card.
He has to Uber me to the Lego store next time. But yeah, it's therapeutic. It's quiet. I can sit down and do it. I don't sit down a lot as an athlete. So it's really nice.
You got the cat, you got the Legos, you got SAAC, you got your studies, and
I'm working
volleyball.
on homemade sourdough. So that's my new
Ooh.
thing. And I have to get it going now while I can sit home and watch it daily. Because once season starts, I'm not going to have time to, watch the starter go and grow. Because, you have to kind of eyeball it. So that's my new thing.
Sourdough, too. Okay.
Hot pink Dutch oven.
Hot. Are you planning on maybe bringing some loaves for the teammates?
Obviously, for sure.
When you nail the recipe?
I haven't even made one yet. I'm still working on the starter. It's hard. It's a
is.
lot harder than you think.
It's trial and
Everyone's
error.
You got to weigh it, and this video says just use half a cup, and this video says every other day feed it, and this. That's how life goes. Everyone does it a different way, and y'all are confusing.
I've never tried it. I have a friend that does it, and she said it took her a real long time to perfect the recipe.
Working. I'll bring a loaf for everyone watching the podcast.
Yes.
Take me up on that offer.
Well, Alexis, it was so great catching up. You got a busy year ahead. Best of luck with volleyball. Fingers crossed on a healthy, successful year, and of course, as the SAAC president as well. Thanks again for coming in.
Yeah, buck 'em. See y'all later.
Love it. Thank you so much for listening to the WAC podcast. You can check UT Arlington's volleyball schedule on our socials and our website, of course, at WAC Sports.